In the grand carnival of life, where the rides are too often powered by the quality of our thoughts, there's a secret not everyone knows. The key to the VIP section lies in our own heads. Amidst the chaos and cotton candy, finding that sweet spot of Zen. This isn't just about being the master of your own mental circus. It's revolutionary. The world is constantly shouting directions at you, like an overzealous GPS, telling you how to feel, think, and act. And there you are, turning the volume down, because you've tapped into something ancient, something stoic. It's not just resilience, gratitude, and how to enjoy the ride. It's about steering your own car, no matter how bumpy the road. But let's cut the history lesson. This is about your journey, navigating through today's storm without tossing your cookies. It's about turning your morning alarm into the starting gun for a race you're actually excited to run, filled with purpose and a side of joy. Ever felt like life's just a series of ads you can't skip? Ever searched for the mute button, only to find chaos on full blast? If ancient wisdom as a life hack makes you lean in, you're in the right place. We're about to dive into the Stoic toolkit, not just to spruce up your morning coffee routine, but to architect a life of intention, resilience, and the kind of happiness that sticks around like that catchy tune you can't shake. I would love to see a subscribe notification as a great start to my day. If you have clicked that button, give this video your undivided attention. If you've made it this far, you're not just part of the crowd. You're a seeker, a deep diver in the sea of wisdom. Your dedication? It sets you apart, makes you the captain of your own ship in a sea of sameness. 1. Set your alarm now onto something that sounds like it belongs in a posh wellness retreat, but is as down-to-earth as it gets. Ikigai. It's this Japanese gem about finding your sweet spot, the intersection of passion, skill, need, and paycheck. Imagine waking up fired up so much that the snooze button feels like a sin. Marcus Aurelius wasn't just about braving storms with a grim face. He was into the whole play your part with passion vibe. He's like that coach telling you every day is game day, and you've got a part to play. But how do you find your ikigai? Start by chatting with yourself. What lights your fire? What are you ace at? What does the world need a dose of that you've got? And yes, what can fill your pockets without draining your soul? Don't stress if the answers play hard to get. It's the quest that counts. This ikigai hunt isn't just a fluffy quest for feels. It's laying the groundwork for a life that's not just about getting through the days, but making them count, where even the small stuff feels significant. So as you set your alarm tonight, ponder on what ikigai means to you. What's so electrifying that you'd jump out of bed for it? Remember, it's not about an overnight flip. It's about the slow, steady climb, doing the work, day in, day out, with heart and hustle. Finding your ikigai isn't just a solo trip to self-fulfillment. It's about weaving your thread into the fabric of life, playing your part in the grand scheme. Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic crew were all about purposeful action, not just tossing your hat in the ring, but making sure it lands with style. 2. Off-screen night routine. Here's the kicker. The secret sauce to a morning that sings starts the night before. Tempting as it is to binge-watch into oblivion or dive deep into the social media rabbit hole, consider this. Your morning is the sequel to your night. Make it worth watching. Pause for a moment and imagine the scene. It's the end of the day, and you're about to set the stage for tomorrow's saga. Your brain, that squishy command center, is begging for a break. It's been on a roller coaster, juggling the day's dramas, and now it's screaming for a timeout. Enter the pre-sleep ritual, not as some sort of military drill, but as a sacred rite to calm the inner storm. Imagine treating your nightly routine like a delicate art form, crafting a masterpiece that's less about chaining yourself to rigid self-discipline and more about creating a haven for your well-being, a sanctuary that whispers, "Tomorrow will be brilliant." Limiting screen time isn't a punishment. It's like telling your brain, "Hey, let's slow dance." Instead of dragging it to a techno rave, it makes slipping into dreamland as easy as falling into a cloud. Waking up not just refreshed, but reborn. 3. Use pen and paper. And here's a nugget of gold. Jotting down the top 3 missions for tomorrow. It's not just making a list, it's setting your GPS for Successville, ensuring you wake up with a mission rather than a question mark. Stoicism enters the chat here with a tip of the hat to focusing on what's in our control. While we can't direct the winds of fate, we can adjust our sails, starting with how we greet the day. Throw in some deep breathing or meditation, and you're not just relaxing, you're hitting the reset button, preparing for a sleep so restorative you'll wake up not just refreshed, but reborn. In today's 24/7 world, carving out a serene morning might seem like trying to build a sandcastle in a storm, but it's essential. 4. No phone zone. Marcus Aurelius, that ancient Roman dude who doubled as a philosopher king, wasn't bogged down by the notifications of his day. He knew the golden rule, where you place your attention sprouts your reality. So how do we channel our inner Marcus in this digital age? Start with creating a morning sanctuary, a no-phone zone. It's not about being a tech hermit, but about choosing not to let the digital world hijack your first waking moments. Resist the urge to dive into your emails or social feeds. Instead, gift yourself a slice of peace. Dedicate the first hour to soul-nourishing activities. Whether it's meditation, journaling, or simply savoring a coffee by the window, it's not wasted time. It's laying the foundation for a day lived on your terms. Making the most of your mornings isn't about cramming more tasks into your day. It's about filtering out the static, tuning into what matters. It's a practice in Stoicism, focusing on what's in your power to control, like how and when you engage with the digital deluge. Tomorrow, challenge yourself. Start the day anchored in the now, savoring the quiet before the storm. Every day is a blank page, a chance to live with more intention, serenity, and alignment with your true self. Let's make our mornings a testament to that, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and a laser focus on what truly counts. Remember, Stoicism isn't just about weathering life's storms with a stiff upper lip. It's about steering your ship with intention. Waking up consistently isn't just a habit, it's a statement. It says, "I'm the captain here, not the whims of the world." And yes, consistency is tough. It's the mountain we climb to see the sunrise. But it's in the climb that we find ourselves, forging resilience, focus, and intention with every step. Becoming a morning person is more than just about mornings. It's about embodying the qualities that define us, one sunrise at a time. 5. A promise the night before. So how do we make consistency our companion? Start with a promise to yourself the night before. Remind yourself why this matters. Is it for that quiet cup of tea at dawn? For meditation? For a calm start? Then craft your environment to echo this commitment. Perhaps it means an earlier bedtime or letting the sunrise be your alarm. And when the snooze button sings its siren song, remember why you started. You're not just chasing mornings. You're building a life, one dawn at a time. Because in the end, it's not just about waking up early. It's about waking up to life. 6. Do not snooze. Every morning you manage to drag yourself out of bed at the appointed time. You're not just battling the siren call of your comfy pillow. You're embarking on a daily recommitment ceremony to yourself, your ambitions, and a life lived on purpose. Yet as we salute the sun or the coffee maker, let's not forget, we're gloriously human. Our brains, those quirky conductors of our symphony of habits, will often lean towards hitting snooze rather than embracing the dawn with a warrior's cry. Transforming our mornings feels akin to scaling a mountain when the couch's gravitational pull feels stronger. But here's the kicker. Stumbling isn't failing. It's part of the human hustle. Stoicism, with its ancient wisdom, tosses in a plot twist. It's not about a relentless march forward, but moving with intention, dusting off after a tumble, and knowing that every step, even the backward ones, is part of the dance. Marcus Aurelius, that ancient Roman sage, wasn't scribbling notes to himself about being flawless. He was all about the art of the bounce back, learning the steps of the forgiveness tango, and understanding that today's missteps are tomorrow's wisdom. So, when the alarm blares and every fiber of your being yearns for just 5 more minutes in dreamland, remember, slipping isn't a crime scene. It's an invitation to rise, brush off, and step into the new day with renewed determination. Forgiving yourself isn't a loophole, it's your secret weapon. It's understanding that we're in this for the marathon, not the sprint, ready to ride the waves of highs and lows with the grace of a stoic surfer. Embracing the early mornings or any habit shift isn't about wielding the whip of self-discipline. It's about celebrating the wins, no matter how tiny, learning from the detours, and stepping into each new day with a heart eager for another round in the arena. This isn't just about conquering the dawn. It's about cultivating a mindset equipped to juggle life's curveballs with the poise of a philosophical juggler. Consider the seemingly mundane act of putting your alarm clock across the room. It's not just a minor inconvenience, it's a declaration of independence from the tyranny of the snooze button. It's a small but mighty act of rebellion, a physical manifestation of your commitment to seizing the day, proving that yes, you can outsmart the warm embrace of your blankets. 7. First task of the day. Making your bed each morning might seem like a drop in the ocean, especially when it's just you and perhaps a pet who couldn't care less. But oh, it's so much more. It's a ritual of respect, a moment of mindfulness, a way to tell the universe and yourself that you're someone who cares about the details, who appreciates the sanctuary of order in the swirling chaos of life. These tiny victories, as Marcus Aurelius might nod to in approval, are the building blocks of character, the quiet yet profound choices that shape us. Each time you choose discipline over disorder, you're voting for the person you aim to be, setting the stage for a life where every detail reflects your deepest values. But why sweat the small stuff? Because it's the little things that are within everyone's grasp. We can't always steer the ship through life's storms, but we can choose how we set the sails each morning, how we honor our space, and how we prime ourselves for whatever the day may hold. This is Stoicism in the real world, focusing on our sphere of influence and letting the rest unfold as it will. These daily practices aren't just about discipline for its own sake. They're about preparing ourselves for the larger challenges life throws our way. If you can commit to these small acts of intention, you're training yourself for the big leagues, cultivating resilience, steadiness, and a calm demeanor that are the hallmarks of the Stoic life. So as you ponder the role of discipline in your journey, start with the achievable. Embrace those quiet moments of the morning as opportunities to sculpt your character, one intentional choice at a time. These aren't just tasks on your to-do list. They're rituals that infuse your day with purpose, direction, and a sense of living in alignment with who you're meant to be. 8. Your accountability partner. Sharing your journey with an accountability partner transforms a solitary quest into a shared adventure, enhancing your chances of success and making the journey more joyful. This partnership is a testament to the power of community, a nod to the Stoic belief in the value of shared wisdom and the strength found in mutual support. Finding an accountability partner is like finding a co-navigator for the journey of self-improvement, someone to remind you of your destination when the bed's embrace feels too sweet to leave, and to celebrate with you, no matter how small the victory. This is the essence of applying Stoicism to our lives, not as a solitary endeavor, but as a shared human experience, reminding us that while the journey is personal, we don't have to walk it alone. Finding an accountability partner is like choosing a co-pilot for your journey through the skies of life. It's not just about keeping each other from veering off course. It's about crafting a flight plan that leads both of you to your destination, growth and self-improvement. This partner should be someone with whom your soul can sing in harmony, someone who knows the dance of your dreams and the weight of your struggles. Once you've found your fellow traveler, clarity is key. Sketch out the map of your aspirations and the support you need to reach them. Regular check-ins become your North Stars, guiding you both through storms and clear skies, offering encouragement, wisdom, and sometimes a gentle nudge back on the path. This partnership is more than a beacon of motivation. It's a sanctuary where seeds of vulnerability grow into blooms of strength and upliftment. As you intertwine your morning rituals and life ambitions, you forge a bond not just of friendship, but of shared purpose. It's a quest to live not just with discipline, but with heart, where every dawn brings you closer to the life you're meant to live. 9. Greet the day with awareness. Now, let's stir in a bit of Stoic spice with a practice as potent as it is profound, reflecting on mortality. This isn't about shadowing your mornings with somber thoughts, but illuminating them with the fire of intention. Every sunrise we witness is a universe of possibilities, a fresh canvas on which to paint our legacy. Marcus Aurelius, with his Meditations, wasn't inviting us to a pity party, but to a celebration of life's ephemeral beauty, urging us to live fully, love deeply, and leave a mark of virtue in our wake. Imagine greeting each day with the awareness that it's a gift, one that's not promised to last. This perspective transforms the mundane into the miraculous, urging us to prioritize what truly matters and to live in a way that makes every heartbeat count. But Stoicism doesn't stop at seizing the day. It arms us with a strategy as counterintuitive as it is clever: negative visualization. Far from a gloomy exercise, it's a rehearsal for resilience, a way to fortify our spirits against life's tempests. By envisioning the hurdles we might stumble upon, from the trivial to the transformative, we are not cultivating fear, but fostering fortitude. This mental sparring session readies us for the punches life might throw, teaching us to roll with them and rise stronger. And here lies its hidden gem. By flirting with the idea of loss, we are jolted back into the embrace of gratitude, cherishing the now with a fervor that only the thought of its absence can ignite. So, as you sip your morning brew, take a moment to ponder the day's potential pitfalls and the triumphs waiting just beyond them. Envision yourself navigating each with grace and grit, drawing upon your inner well of wisdom. Then release these thoughts into the wind and step into your day, armored with a resilience born of foresight and a heart swelling with gratitude for the present moment. This, my friends, is the Stoic way, a dance of discipline and delight, a path that weaves through the garden of the present with an eye on the horizon of our legacy. It's a journey of living intentionally, loving deeply, and embracing each day as a precious, fleeting masterpiece, a work of art that we're privileged to contribute to, one brushstroke at a time. 10. Gratitude. And now, as we draw the curtains on our exploration of Stoic-inspired strategies for enriching our lives, let's anchor our journey's end in a harbor of gratitude. The act of cultivating gratitude, especially in the quiet moments before we surrender to sleep, is akin to planting seeds in a garden we've tended throughout the day, a garden lush with the day's triumphs, challenges, and serendipitous moments. Keeping a gratitude journal is the tool we use to till this soil. It's a practice as simple as it is transformative, inviting us to pause and reflect on the myriad ways, big and small, that life has enriched us. From the unexpected smile of a stranger to the fiery spectacle of a sunset, or even the welcome embrace of our bed after a day spent in the world's whirlwind. This ritual of recognition shifts our gaze from absence to abundance. Such a shift does not merely sweeten our dreams, it sets a foundation for waking with a heart primed for appreciation, ready to dance with the day's new rhythm. Why choose gratitude as the night's final note? Because it allows us to conclude each chapter of our lives on a melody of positivity, harmonizing the day's discordant notes into a symphony of contentment and peace. This nightly practice doesn't just echo in our dreams, but resonates into the dawn, transforming the jarring call of an alarm into a gentle summons to discovery. It invites a sense of wonder for the day ahead, a curiosity about what new blessings will unfold, ready to be tucked into our journal's pages. But the ripples of this practice extend beyond the self, touching the hearts of those around us and deepening our connection to the tapestry of life. It makes us more attuned to the gifts of presence and the beauty woven into even the most ordinary moments. As we stand at the threshold of each new day, armed with the lessons of Stoicism and the power of gratitude, we are reminded that our mornings, and indeed our lives, are canvases on which we have the privilege to paint. Each stroke informed by intention, resilience, and profound gratitude contributes to the masterpiece of a well-lived life. In wrapping up our journey through Stoic practices, we recognize that these strategies are more than mere actions. They are invitations to a life lived with depth, a life where each day is greeted not just with eyes open to its challenges, but with a heart open to its joys, and a spirit resilient in the face of its trials. Embracing these teachings does not promise a life free from storms, but it does equip us with the sails to navigate through them, guided by the stars of virtue, wisdom, and contentment. This is merely the beginning of a grander exploration into the Stoic way, a path strewn with the riches of ancient wisdom waiting to be applied to the tapestry of modern existence. For those thirsty for more, our journey continues beyond this dialogue, extending into the realms of continued learning, reflection, and growth. I invite you to delve deeper, to engage with the wealth of insights and stories that lie in wait, ready to guide you towards a life of greater meaning and fulfillment. Don't hesitate to join our community, share your journey, and explore together the vast landscapes of Stoicism. Here's to mornings that sing with purpose, to days that unfold with intention, and to a life overflowing with gratitude. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more inspirational Stoic videos and give this video a big thumbs up to support us in creating these videos. Until we meet again, may your path be guided by the light of Stoic wisdom, and may your heart find joy in the journey. 10. Gratitude. And now, as we draw the curtains on our exploration of Stoic-inspired strategies for enriching our lives, let's anchor our journey's end in a harbor of gratitude. The act of cultivating gratitude, especially in the quiet moments before we surrender to sleep, is akin to planting seeds in a garden we've tended throughout the day, a garden lush with the day's triumphs, challenges, and serendipitous moments. Keeping a gratitude journal is the tool we use to till this soil. It's a practice as simple as it is transformative, inviting us to pause and reflect on the myriad ways, big and small, that life has enriched us. From the unexpected smile of a stranger to the fiery spectacle of a sunset, or even the welcome embrace of our bed after a day spent in the world's whirlwind. This ritual of recognition shifts our gaze from absence to abundance. Such a shift does not merely sweeten our dreams, it sets a foundation for waking with a heart primed for appreciation, ready to dance with the day's new rhythm. Why choose gratitude as the night's final note? Because it allows us to conclude each chapter of our lives on a melody of positivity, harmonizing the day's discordant notes into a symphony of contentment and peace. This nightly practice doesn't just echo in our dreams, but resonates into the dawn, transforming the jarring call of an alarm into a gentle summons to discovery. It invites a sense of wonder for the day ahead, a curiosity about what new blessings will unfold, ready to be tucked into our journal's pages. But the ripples of this practice extend beyond the self, touching the hearts of those around us and deepening our connection to the tapestry of life. It makes us more attuned to the gifts of presence and the beauty woven into even the most ordinary moments. As we stand at the threshold of each new day, armed with the lessons of Stoicism and the power of gratitude, we are reminded that our mornings, and indeed our lives, are canvases on which we have the privilege to paint. Each stroke informed by intention, resilience, and profound gratitude contributes to the masterpiece of a well-lived life. In wrapping up our journey through Stoic practices, we recognize that these strategies are more than mere actions. They are invitations to a life lived with depth, a life where each day is greeted not just with eyes open to its challenges, but with a heart open to its joys, and a spirit resilient in the face of its trials. Embracing these teachings does not promise a life free from storms, but it does equip us with the sails to navigate through them, guided by the stars of virtue, wisdom, and contentment. This is merely the beginning of a grander exploration into the Stoic way, a path strewn with the riches of ancient wisdom waiting to be applied to the tapestry of modern existence. For those thirsty for more, our journey continues beyond this dialogue, extending into the realms of continued learning, reflection, and growth. I invite you to delve deeper, to engage with the wealth of insights and stories that lie in wait, ready to guide you towards a life of greater meaning and fulfillment. Don't hesitate to join our community, share your journey, and explore together the vast landscapes of Stoicism. Here's to mornings that sing with purpose, to days that unfold with intention, and to a life overflowing with gratitude. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more inspirational Stoic videos and give this video a big thumbs up to support us in creating these videos. Until we meet again, may your path be guided by the light of Stoic wisdom, and may your heart find joy in the journey.